Good day to everybody out there. This is See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health. And as you can see, nature is watering my damn land at this moment. And we can't even be mad with God right now because this is what we want. We want to be able to witness how our land is operating when it rains and it floods. Because this is a part of the permaculture ways. Not the flooding, of course, but the wait and watch. We just bought the property last October. This is our first rainy season here in person. So, look at what we have. We have all of this rain that has accumulated in the middle section of my property right here. And it's actually coming from the neighbor's property that has a creek that borders the southern border of his property. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some trenches that diverts the water from here to another place. But the bottom line that I want everybody to get is you can't give up. This is a part of the journey. You got to embrace the good, the bad, the bitter, the sweet, everything, the highs, the lows. And we have to share that with you guys. We're not going to come on here and show you everything perfect, the fruit trees percolating in the garden, okra. Nah, we're going to show you. I can't even call this a negative. This is what we're supposed to see, because out of all this acreage of land, we have a very small percentage of it that is compromised. And I don't want to say compromised, but this is a way for us to know during the dry season, we have to create passageways for this water to continue to flow. The best thing for us to probably do is to get an excavator to come in to divert the water to the creek that runs bordering the property, this property, and have it go back towards that creek. Right now, I'm still assessing. We're still assessing, and the guys are back there right now, kind of digging some trenches to have the water flow, because it's flowing this way. It's flowing this way. It's coming down now, and it was like at the bottom of the step of the first cabin, but now you can see, based on the pylons or the pillars of the property of the second cabin, that the water's going down. So we're thankful for that. But again, this is part of the permaculture method, which is to wait and watch. So the reason why they say wait and watch, especially when you just bought the property, is because you want to see where the water goes, where it flows. Water is a big thing. Water is one of the major things when it comes to this whole thing. So as we can see, the water is flowing in the middle section here, and it's coming from the mango orchard, and it's flowing over there. It's flowing over here, and it's also flowing right here, and it's flowing from here, and it's going back towards the back of the property. We actually towards the back portion of the property now. So, a lot of the water is in the front. There's no water pretty much up front. There is a little water, of course, but there's not a backlog like this to where we have to be worried. My main thing was to put the garden back here. And as you can see over there, where the beds are, that is not being touched. So my initial plan for to put the garden over there was a good idea, because as we can see, the water isn't even getting up that high. And my plan was to put the garden over here as well, on this side. And as you can see over here, the garden is not really in a bad position, because over here is not as backed up as it is in the middle section there, but it still has a little bit of water here. There's a few different techniques that I'm going to probably use for the garden to have it raised up a little bit, so we don't have to worry about it being compromised when it does rain. But listen, baby, everything is love. Everything is nature. Nature is working with us, and we working with nature, and we're just being patient. We're not getting upset. We're not getting flustered. We're seeing where the problems are. We're making audibles and adjusting, and we're acting accordingly. And that's one thing about me. I'm not going to get too upset about what's going on, because you cannot control nature. Man has tried to control nature, and it has failed. And what it has done is it has compromised this whole planet with all this craziness that it got on with all these chemical plants, all these exhaust, the planes and all the smoke. It's just crazy out here. But at the end of the day, all we can do is our part and continue to plant more seeds, continue to plant more trees, continue to plant more gardens, and just give back to the earth, right? And never give up on your dreams, even when it becomes fuzzy. I couldn't even think about selling this property. Why would I? You know what I'm saying? And for anybody out there that want to clown, get your clown on, baby. We appreciate you too. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have to take a risk. You have to go after your goals. And when you go after your goals, just know that there's going to be some holes in your plans. And you're going to have to go and make adjustments. And you have to do those with a calculated, with calculated moves. You know what I'm saying? Because after this rainy season, I don't think we'll ever go through this again. Because we learn. We learn from nature. Nature is showing us where we have to make adjustments. And on that side, behind us, we have our creek, which has risen. It isn't flooded like this side, but it is risen. It has risen. And that's okay, you know. It's all right. We out here, we outside on the acreage, on the estate. This is our food forest, permaculture food forest. We're also off grid. You know, we have solar panels on our roof. We have a well water. We have creek water. We have all this access water as well. We have all these fruit trees here. And my thing is, how bad is it really out here? Because if these trees are continuing to grow, not just little trees, we're talking about big cajon palms, we're talking about the San Juan, we're talking about the saber tree, which is back there, which is the largest, one of the largest trees in Belize. If these trees are continuing, which is right there where the water is, if these trees are continuing to grow, then guess what? We'll put trees back here that are more that are able to absorb more water than something that's not able to absorb the water. That's how we do. We just make the adjustments as we need to, right? Right? And act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we signed up for this. We are the boss out here behind nature. And then we delegate and we act upon some of the things that we want to have done as well. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get some land, if you're in the States and you want to go off grid, my suggestion to you would be to go to your local county, ask them for over-the-counter tax deeds or a list of lands available of the properties that didn't sell at the previous auction. Go through that list. Do your research and your due diligence. Make sure there aren't any other liens on the property, no mechanics liens, no child support liens, no financial liens, nothing. Only lien you want to see on that code enforcement liens, only lien you want to see on that property is the tax delinquent lien. That's it. And if there are any other liens on that property, then you need to make the assessment based off the numbers on the properties around you or based off of what you want. And you have to realize, or you have to make a decision on whether that lien is enough for you to take on, or you just say, you know what, we're going to go to the next property. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you really want to go get you some inexpensive land. You have to check with your sheriff's sales or your county first. And that's what I would do. I bought properties from the auction. I bought property over the counter. You know what I'm saying? I bought properties conventionally from realtors on Zillow, for sale by owner. I've bought properties damn near every way you could think of, almost. You know, so I'm not a foreigner to when it comes to buying properties. I am a foreigner to when it comes to farming and when it comes to permaculture and when it comes to just growing a whole food forest. But guess what? You have to start somewhere. And one thing about me is I'm not going to allow something that I've never done prevent me from moving forward to get into my goal. And that's where a lot of us, we get stopped in our tracks. The first sign of an obstacle. Obstacles are meant to be jumped over. You know what I'm saying? So you have to stay focused. Just like my previous video, you have to stay focused on your goals. You have to stay disciplined. You cannot be waved or swayed in any other direction when something doesn't go your way. Listen, we still got 2 to 3 more months of the rainy season. So we have a lot more rain that we're going to see. We haven't even gotten any tropical storms over here yet. Maybe one I think it was back in early July. We got a lot of rain in June. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, we are here to stay. We are here to grow. We are here to flow. We are here to teach. We are here to provide value. We are here to just give you the experience of me. You know what I'm saying? And you can witness life through my lenses, you know, and you cannot give up on what you got going on. If your boss says something slick to you today, get your mind right, get your money right, and figure out how you can get up out of that job. Because like, as we can see, robots is taking over. So you're going to be, if your job ain't secure, you're going to be out of a job anyway. So you might want to go ahead and get you a nice little half acre lot, quarter acre lot, eighth of an acre lot, 3,000 square foot, whatever it is. Get you something that's just yours, and you can say it's yours, and you ain't got to worry about nobody taking it from you as long as you pay your monthly or quarterly or yearly taxes. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm getting ready to go in the house, make me some dinner, some chickpeas, some mushrooms, quinoa. Yeah. But anyway, this is See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health. Let me give y'all one more look at this so y'all can see what I'm dealing with over here. This is what we talking about. We dealing with nature over here, man. This is real life. No gimmicks, no AI, none of that. You know what I mean? So the water's flowing right here. It's flowing over there. It's going all the way around. But if you can see behind me, it's damn near like a small little pond. You know, but at the end of the day, we're here to stay. And it's your man, See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health. Drink a glass of water.